Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Aggro Control V2. Yesterday we played Aggro Control where I was whining about how I tried to update it and it didn't work. Today I managed to upgrade it and it is working. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, someone who firmly believes in you, despite what your mama says. Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck of my own creation called Aggro Control V2. Aggro Control V2. That might sound familiar to you because yesterday we played Aggro Control. And I was, like I said in the intro, I was disappointed because every time I touched one card on it, then it stopped working. So I figured, all right, we got to get a video made. We got to play with the other one. Then we'll come back and we'll try to upgrade it. That's what we've done here. We've done the upgrade. I've got in a lot more cool stuff that I'm hoping will make this deck a lot better. A lot better. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the cards in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how the deck should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. Also, I'll try to point out how it is different from yesterday. Number one, Authority of the Consuls. Absolutely. Authority of the Consuls says whenever your opponents enter the battlefield, they enter the battlefield tapped, and you gain a life. So that will slow everything down for your opponent and benefit you like crazy. These things have always been fantastically good. That's an addition. Cathar Commando, I added that because this one allows you to get rid of artifacts and enchantments, right? Plus, you got a little flash lady that'll jump out and kill stuff that people are not expecting. She's all tricksy that way. Ha ha! I'm here to kill you. That is added. We got Get Lost, which gets rid of target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Recommission, which brings back little things from the graveyard to the battlefield, like Cathar Commando. Obliterating Bolt, which does 4 points of damage to target creature or planeswalker, and if it has died, it is exiled. Exile's big nowadays. You need to do that crap. Screaming Nemesis. This guy is one of the reasons for this deck because he's got haste. He's a 3/3, and whenever he's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any other target. Sometimes I shoot him myself just to get him to do what needs to be done because people know you just get out of this thing's way. Anyways, if you deal damage to a player, they cannot gain life for the rest of the turn. They can't shake it. They can't clean it off. They are just stuck. Life Gain hates this card, and that's what this guy's for, is for shutting down Life Gain. Urabrask Forge, because every deck deserves to have Urabrask Forge in there. It puts out a dude every turn and then kills it at the end of the turn, but that dude gets bigger by 1 power every single turn, and they all have Trample. Brotherhood in. This is new. What does it do? We can do 3 damage to each creature or planeswalker, so it does a minor board wipe. And destroy, or you can use it to destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Sometimes that's the right thing to do. So this one will help you to get rid of early board game state and help you to do that, because we need a little bit of time. Authority of the Consuls will give you time. This will give you time. And you can start putting out your guys. So hold on to your stuff. Wait. Then see what you can do. Day of Judgment, destroy all creatures. Sunfall, exile all creatures. Suck it, everybody. Sometimes you need to exile them all, and this card will do it. There's 2 of this, 2 of that. This one's a little bit cheaper by 1 point than this, and you get to have a Pod Baby out of the deal. That Pod Baby looks kind of like a Sliver wannabe. I hadn't noticed the little legs on it before. All right, so there you go. Board wipe, right? And what does the Overlord do? It does 4 points of damage when it enters, and every time it attacks. You can put it out for 4, and then it has, 4 turns until it hits the board. Otherwise, you put it out for 6, and it's good to go. Just need a little haste action, of which we do not have, but whatevs. All right, and I removed some lands into putting in, I think it was this one, the Sunbillow Verge. There's another one that just entered tapped and scry or something. And I'm like, nah, I don't need that. I need stuff that's going to be fast because we are playing aggro here. So while this guy does come in fast tapped, he is a man land, so he deserves to take a break. But everything else is fast land across the board. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to get out Authority of the Consuls first turn if we can help it. The more of them we have out, the better off we're going to be. Because then every time they put a creature out, that is just nothing but life in our pocket and time that they are wasting. And then we're going to control the board as much as we possibly can until we start getting out the Screaming Nemesis and Urabrask Forge, coming at them, grinding them down, making it so they can't gain life, blowing the board as many times as we need to, and then at the very end, overlording it down 4 points, 4 points, 4 points, done, 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 and we're ready to win. All right, so that's it. Now, before we go out, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sholdred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we're playing against Bolsonaro. Bolson, R-O. 1, 2. All right, cool. Hopefully we'll pick up a third mana because we need it. We need some mana progression, but the Cathar Commando is a fantastic little person. Unless you really go fighting in skirts like that, but if they're going after your legs, it might help to cover things up. All right, Bolsonaro, let's go. Urabrask Forge, what am I going to do without you? How much more time do we have on you? Is it only until September, and then we lose you forever? Oh, maybe that's going to be time to retire from Magic cards. The kind of love that'll last forever. All right, Inspiring Village, or Vantage. Okay, cool. That looks very Ravnica-esque, doesn't it? Let me tell you that Ravnica is my favorite set. All right, we'll hold off. We'll flash in a Cathar if we have to. Surprised he's not coming in with a discard right now. Should I try? Let's just hold off. Urabrask Forge. Oh, I should have gotten this out last turn. You gonna waste a card on that? You trying to jace me with your mind powers? That's mind powers, Kyle. Telekinesis. Yo, what a waste. All right, let's go be mean. Yeah. Nothing. There's a guy that looks like he needs to be shot. One of these guys. Let's do a little control and a little aggro. And I'll be a little bit rock and roll for those Donnie and Marie fans out there. How can I double kill that guy now? And double kill it. And we win. I'm getting too dicey. Victory! I put against Cristoferus, the Iron Christ. Keep. No, kitty. All right, that sucks. I wish I could have put out authority on first turn. Got a lot going on. I'm going to do this. Oof. The problem is that this is 4. We've only got a third. I need a whole nother white somehow. What's that guy do? He's done what he does. All right, I need a board wipe. All right, cool. There's 3. All right, this will block a guy. I'll do damage to him and prevent him from gaining life. Provided he doesn't just nuke it right out of where it lays, which he just immediately does. All right, let's use Little Boy. All right, there's gonna be some. There's gonna be a lot of life loss for me right there. He specifically made it to where you wouldn't have a guy. All right, I'm gonna put some guys out. I can gain some life from that stuff. Thank you. That's a whole lot of nothing. You can gain life. That's the big problem. What does this thing do? All right, we got a Cathar Commando, this guy. We can kill that thing if we want to. I don't have to worry about it. Flash. And we're going to go for this. All right, hopefully he doesn't have to be able to just kill me. That'd be bad. Crew 2. This is going to pin somebody down, so I won't have that problem. Yeah, pump it up, baby. I got a Day of Judgment that says that you are going to suck it. Keep it going. Need a 5th mana if I wanted to be able to destroy everything. And there's a boy. Nesting bot's only worth 1. Oh, it is a 2. All right, that thing can come down and get me. It's got So I got plenty of life to live. All right, there's a servo. This thing does not have what it takes. You could pump it, though. You can Obliterating Bolt it. Let's take it in for 5. And 4 to the face. That's 9 total, winning us the game. Boom, boom, goes the room. Dr. SuckIt wins. Victory! And we're playing against Cheesehead to the... Cheesehead to the... All right, keep. Nothing to do for 1, put out slow. We got control, a little bit more control. And we're good at the moment. This guy put anything out is the question. Should I just come after him? Let's just do this. Ooh, even better. That's 6. That's fine. I'm not going to go in with the Boilerbilges right now. We're just going to go ahead and let it be. You got the ability to get lost whatever he puts out. Theoretically, I could kill him on the next turn if he leaves things as they are. It's got a couple mercenaries. Let's Screaming Nemesis it. It'll be fine. All right, he's down to 2. We can always throw out the Overlord on the next turn to win it. It'd be really great if he just shot the Screaming Nemesis. That'd be fantastic. With minor red, Screaming Nemesises are devastating. All right, he's just going to take... What are you going to do at the end of the turn with it? Gains haste. All right, great. You're going to attack me. Good for you. All right, there you go. Suck it with no mana. Suck it with no mana. Let's do it the hard way. And we win! And we win! Victory! All right, we are playing against BigRedmonster. Nice. It's curve. Keep it. I don't need to mute a rock. You can just sit over their googly head. All right, I'm going to hold off until his turn to put out the Cathar. He'll just kill his thing with that too. That always works out well. Let's Screaming Nemesis him though. Damage! We got lots of time. Does this thing do 2 cards, huh? Flying Death Touch. guess maybe I should have tried to attack and see what he would decided to block. All right, nothing for you. Let's see what he does on his turn. I kind of want to wipe the board. I don't want to have to put out my Nemesis just to wipe it. All right, 4 to the face. What I really need is Urabrask Forge. I could blow away artifacts. That is fantastic. I want to wait till he's got a little bit more out. That's devastating. That is really bad. Let's try this other guy then. Welcome back. All in. All right, he's down to 5. This guy's gonna take a couple turns to get out. We don't have any man lands. We do have a Screaming Nemesis, and if he does damage to it, I get to do it right to his face. He's paying what? Blue and green. It's not, green's looking to be a little damagey. With blue, he was more likely just to bounce it. And we win! And we win! Victory! Alright, playing against Shawke. 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 Ooh, those are slow. That's a whole lot of nothing. Let's mulligan this. Keep that. Let's go back on a Day of Judgment there. Alright, so this just means he's playing red aggro. Gotta get to, what is it, 4 to play Day of Judgment, which would be fantastic. We just gotta get to the 4 mana for that. And kill that thing. It's gonna take me a couple turns, though, is the problem. Ooh, nice. Put a little authority. Alright, no matter what, I still got to deal with this guy, but any future guys that I put out are going to be coming out tapped to start off with. Gives me a little bit of time. Still got to get up to 4 before he can blow things away. Question is he going to blow his own guy away at this point? Just to do whatever, 12 points of damage to me? Ooh, he's going massive at this point. Do it. You get me down to 1. Nope. I should have waited till his turn to play it. That's what I should have done. This is my only way of keeping it going. I just got to block. He's got trample on it. That's a problem. I mean, trample was always going to be a thing. Blocking didn't really matter. Okay, fast mana would be really great. Come on. Fast mana. All right. We're going to pop this. Oof. We're going to take 4 damage out of this deal, leaving me down to 1. I don't have any life gain here. Oh, there's life gain. Yeah, that's good. And he got me. I'm playing against Epok. All right, these guys are slow. So we'll play them out. Get up to 4. We can start slapping things around for 4. At least we got something to do on turn 3 now. Unfortunately, anything he's going to do with white and black is not going to trigger off Screaming Nemesis the right way. Red's good. Don't shoot it. Do something like that. I'm going to hold on to Brotherhood in for a second. That's what I'm going to do. I'm okay with getting hit with a little tiny forgeling. That's cool. Puts out another one of them even better. Is this guy trying to go for a 4th color? Let's find out. He likes red. Ooh, that is not good. I can bring it back. He's down to 8. Might have to bolt the guy. If I do that, I can guarantee a kill. Let's just do it. On the next turn. Because he can't gain any life, and I can do 4 with the Overlord. There we go. Now I got him totally picked up for death on the next turn. And he's out of mana, so he's got nothing. Nothing to keep himself alive with. And we win! Boom, boom! Goes the room. All right, we're playing against Corey W, 33. Keep. Nope. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, white's what we want to see. All right, that'll keep us guys pinned down. We got a little bit of Sunfall. Got to make it up to 5, though. And kill the Hired Claw. He's got a lot of Hired Claws, doesn't he? All right, there we go. We'll have to let him come at me this turn. We're up to 4 of the 5 we need. But we can Cathar Commando our way into destroying one of his dudes. I know, there you go. Your green bean's not in your way there. You can't get to it, can you? All right, Urabrask Forge. We got to take a lot of damage, unfortunately. Authority's going to help us out, but these guys are slamming in on us. Would be the worst would be not to get our 5th mana. Sunfall's really going to help here, because he's going to run out of creatures soon. If he had creatures, he'd be slamming them out. All right, we're down to 11. Good. Okay, we're going to have our 5th mana. We just got to survive this next turn. 11 mana. It's going to be tight. If he's got a bunch of good pump, we're probably dead. All right, he's only got a singleton left after that. And that gives us exactly what we need. All right, we're down to 5. Time to blow this monkey stand. Put out another creature. Do it. Put it out. Wom, 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 wom. All right, we're swinging hard at this point. We're out of mana. I just got to sit here, ass to the wind. Authority will keep everything pinned down, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Yes! Yeah, give them all double strike. I think I got enough to get 2 guys going on top of the Urabrask forgelings. Oh, never mind. 1, 2, 3. We'll pop this guy, and we win! And we win! Victory! All right, so here we are with Aggro Control V2. Man, yeah, like yesterday I was trying to adjust the deck V1, and it just sucked every time I did it. But I played it, we recorded it, we put it out. Now we're back with V2. I said, I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna make this thing better. I'm gonna do it. And I loved it. I loved it. And the MVP is going to be the card that made it so much better. But still, there's a lot of great things in this deck. As you can see, it's still very much like what we had from the last one with Day of Judgment, Sunfall, Screaming Nemesis, Urabrask Forge, Overlord of the Boilerbilges. There you go. That's what it's called. But we got a bunch of new cards in here. I think those new cards really made it fantastic. One of the great cards, let's just get to it. Who was the MVP? And let's just say, when it comes to great cards for this particular deck, number one, Brotherhood's in because of its ability to do minor scale board wipes early, right, at 3 mana. Great, right? And if you're going up against an artifact deck, those things are always 3 or less, and you could just wipe out all of those guys' stuff, which is such a relief when you can pull that crap off. The only problem is it'll take out Urabrask Forge, and that is a big problem. If you've got an Urabrask Forge out, Brotherhood's in is not great when it comes to destroying all artifacts. So you got to figure out, what am I playing against? What's my opponent doing? Am I willing to give up on Urabrask Forge? Because I can tell you Screaming Nemesis and a little Recommission is incredibly good too. So, Urabrask Forge is fantastic. But you might have to give it up. You might just have to give it up. But to me, the ultimate MVP for this deck, the thing that makes this deck so much better, is Authority of the Consuls. This card is just so awful when you play against it. But when you have it in your deck, it is so incredible. Like when you're playing with an aggro deck, like I'm playing here, getting it out and it just going on turn 1 and then saying to everybody, you will never be able to play haste. You will never. And every creature you put out just gives me life. And then you have to wait a turn until you can play it. That is so glorious. It just cuts them down. at which point then you go get Brotherhood in or Day of Judgment and Sunfall and blow away the board. This is just the worst control-y card in the book, but putting it in this deck is so incredibly good. Putting together Authority of the Consuls with Hasty Guys is such an incredible combo. Overlord of the Boilerbilges, I still love this guy because of all the damage he does. I like the fact that when you can actually attack with him and get him through, you can shoot the guy in the face and do essentially 9 points of damage with this guy. He's so incredible. And yet nobody plays with him. Nobody does. We just all stay away from playing him in red, because if we're playing red, we're playing aggro, and who's going to stick around for 8 or for 6 mana to play something red? Well, apparently Aggro Control is playing it, and he is incredibly good. All right, so let's see. Our MVP is, once again, Authority of the Consuls. Congratulations, Authority. You are the MVP, and you were going to Disneyland. Well, have a good time there, Consuls. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? Yeah, it was. I got a 70% win rate, which is, I think, not as good as the original one was, but I don't know. I had a great time. It didn't matter. This thing was well into super competitive list. I was playing it on the ladder. It was doing a great job on the ladder. So yeah, this is a competitive deck. It is incredibly good. Number 2, was this deck fun? Incredibly so. I loved playing this deck. It was super fun. There was lots of tricks that you had. The control that's in here was fantastic. I feel bad playing board wipes, especially what do we got in here? Just we've got 4 of these. We got 2 of those. That's hard to believe. I only got 6 total. It seemed like enough. How often do you have to board wipe? What I hate is when I board wipe and I get rid of one guy or something like that. That sucks. But the question is Day of Judgment better than Sunfall? And I think for this deck, it might just be. I left the Sunfalls in as a 2-2 split just so I could see which one was better. With this one, I was sometimes struggling with mana. Now, the weird part about that, if we take a look, there are 25 lands in here. And with everything being as cheap as it is, why would we need more than 22 or something? This deck needs it. This deck needs it. 25 is the right amount for this deck. It's surprising. I mean, I don't know if we could put some treasure or some mana in here somewhere, but I mean, the way we got all the bases covered right here is fantastic. All right, lastly, was this deck interesting? Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Why? Because it's aggro control, which last time I didn't call interesting because it was pretty much the same deck I played 3 months ago. This deck has been upgraded, and it is wonderful. One of the things I like about it is that I put Cathar Commando in here, which gives you the ability to destroy artifacts and enchantments. I was thinking about going with the other girl that is 3 mana to put out. And then when she comes into play, she just destroys an artifact or enchantment. But the flash makes this one so dangerous for other people's stuff. You put her out, you can block, and then you can also destroy something. She's got a lot of tricks built into her. I thought, no, I'm going to go with the other one because then I could do card draw as well, which could totally be cool. I didn't need it as much as this one really worked out well. So I'm going to say Cathar Commando definitely felt like the right call for her for this one. So we got the ability to get rid of artifacts and enchantments. Right here, we can get rid of creatures, enchantments, and planeswalkers. We got the ability to get rid of artifacts here. So we got a great selection of being able to get rid of planeswalkers, creatures, artifacts, enchantments. We got lots of control, lots of different varieties, especially of the mobby variety there. So yeah, this is such an interesting deck because of all the great ways you could play. If you are a thinker, this thing will help out, but it is still fast. It is still aggro, and therefore it appeals to those aggro players out there. All right, so there we go. Let's rate this thing up. Is this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yes. Was this deck interesting? Totes McFreaking goats. All right, that makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.